Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and oh no, that's not right. Pacha! There we go. That was what I meant to do. Click the wrong button and everything. G'day guys and welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Pray for Death, our intrepid and epic adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and allow us to keep doing this fun and amazing thing that we do called role-playing. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Good morning.
Folks at home.
Yeah.
Hello.
We have a full table, which I'm very, very excited for, because we've obviously not had a full table these last few weeks, and we've been doing little side quests. So we are now back to our main story, our main adventure, and I cannot wait to get stuck in. Just in time for us to start the crossover event, which will begin on Monday, which is, like, not this game, not the game tonight, but the following game. Starts our crossover event. So for those of you who don't know what's happening, a whole bunch of my players have been over the last few years begging and pleading with me in order to do a big event in which the tables swap over and switch characters, and so finally I succumb to peer pressure, and I'm doing it. I'm making it happen. So yes, we're going to be, as of next week, for at least 2 weeks, possibly a third. We are having people and players swapping tables, juggling around, and embarking on a major story, which is going to connect all the tables and stuff like that. And there's a whole bunch of things going on. You don't have to watch You don't have to watch every single one of my games to get the whole story. Every single story is self-contained. Every group will have their own trials and challenges and tribulations, which all contribute to the big goal. But if you want to see the whole thing, then, of course, watching the whole event from beginning to end is also good. So, but that's up to you. Because that'll be frickin' 10, 15 games, which is almost 30 hours worth of content. Which, I wouldn't blame you if you don't watch that. That's okay. Also, Hype Train is kicking up as it leaves the station, guys. Okay, so for Pray for Death, what are we going to do with the Hype Train? I will provide you with... Ooh, I like this. You're going to be given a black coin. This black coin is kind of like the underworld coin where you can ask for a favor, very circa John Wick. If you present this coin to a particular broker or underworld dealer, it'll grant you an unquestioned favor from members of the underworld. Every level will give this group another coin. Presently, we are working on the Hype Train level, and we are working on level 1 presently. So, we'll see where we go for that. But thank you to the people who are subscribing, Odd Bandicoot, thank you for the gifted sub to Core Shift, and, of course, Cookie for the gentle bits as well. Schooly Eye for their resub, as well as Calindria. All the people are doing all the things. If you want to continue subscribing, hey, that's the thing. That's what we're doing for the Hype Train. Okay. Now, we are running a little bit behind, so I'm going to zip through this as quick as I can. So starting off, we have some sponsors to thank, people who help keep the lights on here and allow us to do all the cool, wacky, fun, and amazing stuff. We have, of course, Hero Forge for the wonderful art you can see on screen here. All these characters are made using a 3D model making software that you can basically not only design, create, and bring to life your characters, but also get them 3D printed and shifted to... You fuck. And you can have them 3D printed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Cook. You can have them sent to you anywhere in the world. So, yeah, go check out the Hero Forge models. I've got some really cool ones coming in soon, so hopefully I'll get to showcase those. Then, of course, we have our lovely folks over at Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects you'll hear throughout the course of the session. Because every epic game deserves to sound epic. Oh, gee, thank you, and lurk away, lurk happily, my beautiful friend. And then we have our lovely folks over at Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which connects all of our players from all around the world so that they can gather around the digital game table and have a good time. So, yeah, go check out our sponsors. They're amazing. Then, of course, we have our lovely players, who, of course, this game would be nothing without. Any good story is centered around a good group connecting together, to embark on these adventures, despite their differences and their origins being so vastly separated. What brings them together is, of course, the camaraderie and the joy that my players share with one another, because we're more than just Patreons who just, pay a dungeon master to do a thing. We are friends. We have a good time. We enjoy all of this cool stuff that we do, and we support each other, both as players and as characters. So these amazing people and characters are none other than Calindria, the Tanuki
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger, that's right. I don't know why I thought you were Swashbuckler for a second. Tanuki Gunslinger, the first mate of the crew of the Kailu's Folly. Yes, it is named that way for a particular reason. She is currently embarked or disembarked from her vessel to join this group of assassins who are trying to clear their reputation after being framed for a murder that they did commit, but apparently were told that they weren't ordered to do. More on that later. Meg has disembarked from her ship in order to join these individuals because apparently in her long and sordid past, Meg lost her family in the waters surrounding Ilgamort, which is where our heroes currently are. So Meg hopes to find some evidence of what happened to the vessel that was transporting her family, and has learned since that a piece of that ship was being auctioned off by the twins known as the Riot Brothers, and that is part of where the heroes are currently investigating presently. But that character is played by Calindria. Hi, Callie. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
That's good, that's good, that's good. Next up, we have playing the role of Pietro, the Dampier Swashbuckler? No. Yes, maybe. Magus.
Yes, Swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler, okay, yeah. The Dampier Swashbuckler, who is a hedonist who imbibes on blood and who has a secret, dark, monstrous side to themselves. One of the master assassins among our group, and also trying to clear their name, is played by our dear friend McBluff. Hi, Mac.
Hi, Doug. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're ready for today.
I believe so. From what I understand, we are miles apart from each other, so everything is going to go very good and very wonderfully.
You're all in the same district, like you're nearby-ish. You're not together, but yeah, kind of there. Yeah. Next up, we have playing the role of Nakesh, a devoted assassin who was raised in the monasteries of Ilgamort and trained in the ways of the Red Mantis assassin, who had to watch their mentor betray their very oath in order to put faith in Nakesh and his journey to prove the innocence of him and his friends, whose mentor's eyeballs were just auctioned off at the auction house our heroes are currently scouting. This rather pained character is being played by our friend Lucas, a.k.a. Mr. Game and Art.
Hello, that's me.
How you doing?
I am good. I would ask you how you're doing, but McBluff beat me to that one, so...
I'm doing slightly better now. Like, I mean, every player that I introduce, I get a little bit better because I get close to actually playing a game.
Hey, there you go.
Right. Yeah, I know.
That's good.
It's great. Yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, our hype train concluded at level 3. That means each of you will have 3 of the black market coins. So there you go. You have them. Use them wisely. Oh wait, no. Hang on. Oh no. Yes. Sorry. We completed at level 2. We are 10% into level 3, so we didn't complete level 3. So you have 2 coins. There we go. Thank you very much, everyone. Toot toot. I actually really love this freaking emote that came with mine, the danger dance. Oh no, I think we lost someone. Did we lose someone? We lost Matt.
Good. We lost Matt.
His internet crashed. Okay, that's okay. We can do this. Hold on, watch this. And next, playing our Blood Mage Balsam, another one of the infamous assassins, is none other than Matt from All Things Fantasy. Good morning, everyone! Yes, my name is Matt, and I play Balsam, who is, as Dag said, a Blood Mage. He is doing his best in order to try and prove his innocence, but has since relinquished his faith for Akachek the Assassin, and is now a worshipper of Calistria, and I hope to exact vengeance in her name against the person who framed us and ruined our reputation among the Red Mantis, as well as an opportunity to make sure that she never gets to do this whole thing, once and for all. Just there you go. All right, and then last but not least, we have Cookiemon Steve playing the role of Kailu, the sniper assassin, breaker of hearts, lover of all creatures great and small. Another person who is trying very valiantly to clear their name. How are you, Cookie?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's good. That's
Fun
good.
to play a game. Can't be all bad. It's got to be a good game.
Exactly. 100%. All right. Now, as always, before we kick off, we have one last person to thank. And there's, of course, our lovely audience members. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the people who are donating to the stream. I can't stress enough how much... I was going to say, I can't stress how much I need money. Yes. Yes, I can't stress enough how much I need money. No, I can't stress enough how much it actually does go towards supporting me, my family, and all the endeavors that I go under. It does honestly mean a lot to have you guys continually supporting the channel and what we do. So thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who is just even donates their time here. We give a ton of ways for you guys to influence the game while we play, because, hey, look, if you can't afford to help Dag out with the donations and stuff, I still want you guys to feel like you have, a big influence on our game, because you do. Channel points can be used in order to influence the game through things like insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, inspiration, divine healing. So many cool things are out there that you guys can do just by watching the show and continuing to just be here and be present on my streams. Then, of course, for those who are able to help us out with donations, first of all, again, massive thank yous to people who can. And there we go. There are monetary donations that give a higher tangible effects throughout the game as we play. But real quickly, before we get into the donations, guys, the Lollygaggers have just jumped into chat. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for being here, you bloody beautiful legends. How is your game? How are things going? Tell us all the stuff. Guys, if you haven't checked out the Lollygaggers, they are a absolutely delightful, fun, and honestly, they're some of the sweetest beans I've seen in the role-playing game scene. Go check out their channels. Go check out their games. They are a hell of a lot of fun, and their community is so kind and so welcoming as well. So yeah, lots of fun people. Guys from the Lollygaggers, if you don't know who I am, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And we are about to run Pray for Death, a... what are you, 16th level, 15th level? 15th level, let's say. 16th level. Pathfinder 2nd edition adventure in which a group of assassins who conducted an assassination were framed with claims being made that this assassination was done unofficially, and the Assassins Guild has now turned on them, and they are frantically trying to figure out who done it or who has betrayed them and bring them to a swift justice. So that's what our heroes are doing. And yeah, we're just about to get started. We're just doing donations, and then we'll kick in. You guys were playing a Weird West game called Huckleberry. Ooh, that sounds really cool. If you want a really cool Weird West game, I highly recommend Through the Breach. I know, I keep plugging it. I love Through the Breach. It's amazing. It's done by the guys over at Weird, WYRD. Yeah, lots and lots of fun. It's a card-based cowboy Weird West kind of early 1800s game, early 1900s game. Yeah, and if you want someone to play with you, just let me know. Just saying. Okay. Yes, the Malifaux setting. Yep. Yep. What was I doing? Donations. That's right. Cool. Donations. Ta-da! All right. So first of all, we have a couple of donations as well. So while I'm reading this out, I will also make sure to add the ones that we just got. Okay, cool. So first of all, we have hero points and jinx points. For $5, you can donate for either a red mark for one of my players or a purple mark for me. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules of the game, or force a reroll of something that the group is currently doing. So, the player is currently doing. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. OG Lava Kitten has donated 3 hero points for our dear friend Kailu, and 1 hero point for Nakesh, which is going to fill up our hero point bar. So thank you so much, OG Lava Kitten. Oh, that's not right. It's these 3. Oh, no, it's not. Balsam's still 1 down. Sorry, my apologies. I thought we had everyone, but it doesn't. Balsam's still missing 1. Okay. Then for $10.
Yeah, but he's got a nat 20.
That's true. He does have a nat 20. Then for $20, $10. Then for $10, I will draw from a deck of storytelling prompts, which I will use to create a plot twist throughout the course of the game. Scully already has his random plot twist donations, so let's just have a quick... Not black and white. That's an interesting one. Okay, so I then take this story prompt, I then put it aside, and I will invoke this story prompt throughout the course of the game. It's a good way to keep me on my toes, help me with my improv, and yeah, just come up with interesting ways to keep the story unique and fresh. So not black and white. Okay, interesting. All right, then for $20, we have the coveted golden natural 20, which, of course, because sometimes shit just needs to work, so a nat 20 is the best way to go about it. You can donate a nat 20 to your GM or to the players, wherever your heart takes you. Then our $50 donation, we have 2 rewards. We have either a boss buff, which is an exponential growth to an encounter the group is facing. This can increase the parameters, make the boss tougher, change the parameters of victory, add a busload of nuns who are currently careening out of control from a wagon that is on fire. Who knows? Either way, it just makes the encounter way more difficult for our heroes. So, yep. Then we have our Harrow deck draw. Now, our Harrow deck is where I will draw from our fortune-telling deck, and this deck will contain a card, such as the unicorn, and the creature within it will have a boost to provide our heroes, which for the unicorn is a charisma boost. So any charisma check will be at a +1 d6. This is just an added effect that continues for 3 sessions. And during that 3 sessions, our heroes have an opportunity to earn a magic item, a secret fighting art, or a blessing or a boon from the entity in the card. All they need to do is fulfill the prophecy of the card during the course of those 3 games, and they unlock that. So yeah, I don't know if this group has one at present. Do you guys have any?
Yeah, we actually had 3.
Yeah, you've got the winged serpent. Yeah, you've got the winged serpent, the bear, and the forge currently activated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there you go. So, do you guys remember what the prophecies are? Or would you like a quick recap?
No, I haven't. So, winged serpent is to temper knowledge with prudence and understanding.
Yep.
The bear is to use physical might but be aware of the consequences. Mm-hmm. And the forge is a dangerous event that requires multiple points of strength to overcome.
All right, there you go. So if our heroes are able to fulfill those prophecies, they get a boon from each of those cards. Plus, for the duration of the 3 games, they will get that bonus D6 to, I believe... let's have a quick look again. I should have looked at that.
Wisdom and strength.
Yes, the winged serpent gives a +D6 to wisdom, and then the bear is strength, and the forge is strength. Now, just real quick on that note, thinking about it again and thinking about the way the Pathfinder 2nd Edition works, I think I'm going to adjust it ever so slightly, and because I do want these to stack, I think I'm going to go with it being a D4 instead of a D6 bonus, just so that it's a little bit fairer should you stack. So it's 1D4 to the wisdom, and 2d4 to the strength. Because as you can imagine, a plus 12 strength added to your roll suddenly is quite a significant increase in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So yeah, we're gonna go with D4s. I think that'll work. Okay. Then of course we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item is our big $100 secret menu item, which is huge. It's a massive boost. It comes with a huge change. And this one is actually quite a touching one. Actually, it's a revelation that I do have. It is Kailu has another girlfriend. No, it does not. Kailu has another girlfriend. I'm not just. No. But Balsam, however,
Has a girlfriend?
yes, no. So Balsam's blood magic and the like is a product of his very, very rigorous study along with the bloodline within Balsam. However, Balsam's knowledge and how he learnt to control blood magic in such a prudent way came from another source as well. Much like Nikesh, Balsam was trained specially here in the Isle of Ilsgamorte, and we will get to uncover some of Balsam's background in the blood arts and encounter and meet some of those elements there. So the secret menu item is delving into the sanctuary of the blood mages. So that'll be our secret menu item for that one. There you go. Okie doke. Cool. Also, by the way, I don't put quests behind a paywall. It's just at certain points, if I don't have the opportunity to follow through with this story, the secret menu item is that incentive to wrench the story in that direction because it's the desire of the audience and my players rather than to continue on with the story. That's how I treat those kind of things. So don't worry, we will, even if there isn't a donation, there will still be some touches on that backstory stuff. You're not going to miss out on things because that's also kind of mean, and I would never do that to you, Matt. I would never be like, hey, you know all this cool backstory stuff that I wrote for everyone else? Fuck you, $100, bitch. So mean. Okay. So I think that's everything. Without any further ado, I'm keen to kick off. Are you guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. When last we left our heroes. On the Isle of Ilsgamorte, home to the Red Mantis assassins, our heroes frantically attempt to prove their innocence, as they have been framed for having acted against the will of Akachek and the Blood Mistress Jacqueline, by killing Aldorf Bladecaller up in the frigid frozen north to a contract that apparently doesn't exist. Our heroes renounce their faith in Akachek and renounce their following of the Red Mantis's orders. A hit has been called out on our heroes, one that has supposedly been fulfilled by Telvaro, a very noteworthy assassin, but who thankfully was an ally to our heroes and helped frame their falsified their death, should I say, giving them time to arrive in Ilsgamorte in order to seek out the one who had altered their orders and played them for fools. They have been gathering evidence, piecing things together, and have now found themselves at an auction house in search of two rather interesting ne'er-do-wells known as the Riot Brothers. It is said that they have knowledge about the conspirators behind this frame job, and our heroes are trying to gain said information. In addition, the auction house run by these two has two items that the group wishes to possess. The first is part of the vessel that Meg's family was last seen upon. Information about it is crucial as Meg continues her search for for the fate of her family, and the eyes of the Mother Mary, Nakesh's mentor, who gave up her life in order to protect our heroes and their secret, which of course being them in town and the like. And I think that's where we're currently at. So, let us rejoin our group. And I'll reintroduce everyone where they are rather than just, exposition and everything. So, let's start nice and easy here. Okay. Here we go. Yes to music, please. Kailu. The auction house at the edge of Ilsga Morte lies next to the harbor. You have been escorted out after some rather outrageous bids, which have been proven to be illegitimate, as you have no money on your person of that nature. 2 very large and burly men escort you out of the premises, leaving behind Nakesh and Pietro. Meg, who had left earlier on, you do not know where they are, and Balsam, who stayed behind at the bar, is likely there. You believe for a moment that these 2 guards are taking you to the bar to bid you farewell and possibly get you a free drink. What kind and noble individuals these are. But things change when they move beyond where the Jade Monkey is, and instead bring you to the edge of the dock.
Well, gentlemen, are you planning on going for a swim?
They look at each other and then look at you. Not us.
Oh, I'm not going for a swim tonight.
Then you are about to be disappointed a second time this evening. You watch as one of them pulls up some rope, and the other one seems to have what looks to be a small pouch. He sort of tears open this pouch and begins to pour the substance into the bucket, which mixes with some water and stuff.
Well, you can stop that now and walk away, or you can die.
Make an intimidation check. And also make a wisdom check.
Well, at least I got a D4 on the wisdom check.
It's fair, it's fair.
Yeah, intimidation. Not one of my better ones.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Where is it? Dot, dot, dot.
Ooh.
16.
A 16. Unfortunately, these guys aren't readily intimidated. Kailu, you kind of instinctively start to poise yourself, ready for combat, ready for battle. However, you realize very quickly you do not have your weapon on you.
Yes, I do.
It was confiscated for the
It didn't
auction.
I don't believe so.
Should have been. Not in the bar, but when you went to the auction house, that guy at the front.
They took our weapons.
Yeah, it was a weapon check.
Ah.
They did not give it back to you when they took you out, for obvious reasons. They intend to. It's like, you know what? Hey, we're gonna beat this guy up. Here's a knife. Here's a gun. Yeah, here's a grenade.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I have a cantrip.
Yeah. No, this is that. So now this is that wisdom check here. So let's make that wisdom check.
Yeah. So where's the wisdom? That's on the other tab. That confuses me. Oh, well, that's a disaster.
That's unfortunate. Unfortunately.
I would like to hero point.
Oh, sure, you can absolutely hero point. All right. Let's see if your wisdom pays off. Here we go.
I don't know how to add a D4 to it, but
just roll the regular one, then roll the D4 afterwards. Whew.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not much better.
That's not
Are
much
the
better.
Danes trying to say something about this?
Okay. With an 8, the best I can give you here is you can at least seize a little bit of an advantage if you kick the bucket into the water before it's set.
Yep.
That is the tiniest advantage. Yeah, that's the tiniest advantage and the biggest fuck you I can imagine giving you for an 8 on your wisdom.
Yep. That's that would be what he would do.
Okay, not a problem. And you don't even need to make a roll for it. Like, again, it's an unattended object that is on the ground. As he pours this stuff in, you very quickly shuffle your feet and just slice it with a soccer sidekick as it falls into the water. The guy who is pouring the powder looks down at it, then looks at you, and goes, "Really, dude?"
Really?
Okay, and we will cut away from here for the time being. Next, we return to Meg. A noise is heard in the toilet of the, just that kind of branches between the bar and the auction house. The guard who had escorted Meg out, suspiciously thinking that maybe Meg was going to be up to something, has checked the bathroom and found no Meg here. He quickly runs out to tell his companion, "Hey, she's gone! She's gone! Quick! Surround the place. Look, just find her." You hear the sounds of the 2 guards that accompanied you to the bathroom quickly moving around. The coin that is now on the actual bathroom counter suddenly thunk, turns back into you as the bathroom area now quiets. Meg, we come to you.
Yes, so she's rather proud of herself. She enjoys playing hide and seek, so it's just extreme hide and seek. So she will, after poofing into a tanuki, she's gonna poof into a human again of a slightly different variety, and then walk out like she belongs there to head back to the auction house.
Okay, make a deception check.
All right.
Now, the reason we're doing a deception check is because, fun fact, by Tanuki law, Tanuki are great at disguising themselves, but can often make mistakes.
Yep.
Such as having ears or a tail or something prominently known. But with a 35, you're actually quite good, quite adept at your transformation. And, let's give you... Oops. Let's give you a new face then, shall we? I presume you want to go with something unassuming?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. All right. So, as you walk out with your new visage, hiya. All right. Where do you go? What do you do?
Because I only know where Nakesh and Pietro are. Well, I assume I still think Kylie was on the auction floor as well. So that is where I am.
You do know that Balsam is in the bar.
Okay. Can the bar see? Because I know I need to see the auction floor for this to.
The auction. Well. So the auction's in an entirely separate building.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. So what I'm saying is the bathroom is between both the Jade Monkey and the auction house. So there's two separate buildings. You can
Would it
go
ruin
to
your
either.
plans if I went to the bar just so Balsam's not alone, or
No, it's up to you. Do whatever in your character you would actually do. Now remember, in the auction house, they haven't called the lot number for your for the barge for your ship. You could also do things like potentially look into where they might be storing all this stuff and the items from the auction house. But exploring it alone could be dangerous, so you might consider taking Balsam with you to go find that storage place. Or alternatively, you could go back to the auction house where you expect to find Nakesh, Kylo, and Pietro and make a bid for it, or find out who buys it and then maybe take it from them later. Or, you know what I mean? There's a million different ways you could potentially go about it.
Yeah.
How?
I think she would probably go back to the auction floor in that case, just because her trying to play it cool before did not go well for her. So if she fails again, she doesn't want to put Balsam back in Schitt's Creek without a paddle. So she'll go back to the auction floor.
Okay. As you do so, please make me a wisdom check. You arrive at the door, and the screen slides open. You need to make a wisdom check to see if you remember the password.
Flat wisdom?
Flat wisdom with a D4 because you have the...
Oh, I forgot about that. Yep, hold on. Yeah, all right.
With a 10. All right. You unfortunately don't quite recall the password to get in. I will say that with a 10, though, you will know enough to know that before you arrive at the door.
Okay, yep. So she'll be kind of like running through, was it this? No. Was it this? You know, sort of going through different ones and realizing, I have no fucking idea. So yes, she will try to change course. And the only other person she knows is Balsam, so she will try to adjust fire and head that way instead.
All right, you begin to head towards the Jade Monkey and towards Balsam, who is currently enjoying their favorite beverage, which is what exactly, Balsam?
Probably the most tropical fruit they have with the most extreme swirly straw.
You have a pineapple sunrise.
Perfect. I'd love that.
All right.
Are the stools next to him open?
Well, that depends. Balsam, what are you presently doing besides enjoying your drink?
I was talking with anyone who was around him. He was, getting to know a little bit more about the Jade Monkey. He's keeping an eye on what the security light is like. He's talking to some of the regulars about some of the stories they're doing. They had in the bar, that sort of thing. He really wants to know what's happening at this bar at all times.
All right, let's make a diplomacy check.
Wonderful. I love diplomacy checks. Oh, okay. So I guess Fantasy Grounds doesn't want to play with us. A 29.
All right, a 29. 29 is not bad. You definitely do get a good conversation going with a few people. There are plentiful guards, many of which who are well and truly beneath your capacity and skills, with only a handful who are reserved for the auction house across the way, who are a little tougher. Inside here, you learn that the Riot brothers two brothers. One is, kind of a lot more of a tinkerer. He's a little bit, quirky and weird and, energetic. The other brother is a lot more vicious and a lot more difficult to deal with. Many people steer away from dealing with him where they can. Not many people here even know about the kind of underworld kind of side of the bar. But those who do are kind of very tight-lipped very quickly. As you are amidst your latest conversation, you see a rather plain-looking woman come in and sit to the stool next to you.
Oh, Belson will turn around and put his whole attention on the woman. How you doing?
What's a nice place like you doing in a girl like this?
Yeah.
Well, that's the key to her heart right there, saying that. She she will respond with "Hello, handsome."
Not many people like faceless masks as handsome, but I like how you're rolling.
It's the
Tell me, are you a
aura.
regular here?
No.
Well, fuck yeah!
Well, I would highly
Just
recommend this,
smashes.
this pineapple sunrise. Then it is to die for.
Oh, I love pineapple. And she will order one.
Because you use the keyword balsam, like to die for. Immediately the bartender nods at you, and then like makes the sunrise, then puts it on the table in front of Meg.
You're gonna be so embarrassed later. So what brings you here?
Oh, well, wealthy merchant coming to a place to restock some new supplies.
Right.
There's a fantastic set of cabinets. Oh, yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry. 1 second. What the fuck are you two doing?
Having fun.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to know if you had any actual thing, or if you just like
No, I'm just I don't want to be like, hey, Balsam, it's me. So I'm gonna basically just pretend that we just met until such a time that it's not around everybody.
Gotcha. I mean, like I said, I'll let this conversation play out. I mean, not that I need to let it play out. This conversation,
that's
the
good.
conversation can play out. I got no problem with it. I just want to make sure we have like a fucking place we're going with this. Okay, cool. Please carry on. The bartender is cleaning some mugs.
Well, for as long as anyone is directly around us, I mean, Meg's just gonna play the. She knows Balsam's bullshitting her. Obviously, she knows who Balsam is.
Yeah, so no one's directly around you, but Balsam seems to have not caught on to who you are. Unless Balsam wants to make a perception check, your target number will be 35.
No, I'm gonna play him as Vane. He probably thinks it's some woman that's coming up and trying to hit on him.
Sure,
He'll
no
play
problem.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem. In which case, yeah, Meg, you can kind of tell that this is not like Balsam hasn't figured things out, but Balsam is still doing what he was doing previously, which is trying to find out what you know about the town, the Riot Brothers, the information. He's, Balsam's actually not doing a bad job. Like, he's definitely quite subtle about it. He doesn't make every conversation about it as well. He's, asking other things too. But yeah, this is the nature of the current conversation.
Would we have a would we have a code word?
Not if you haven't made one.
Phrase or whatever that would be like
No, not if we haven't
Yep,
made
nope.
one.
So I'm just gonna go along with it for now, and then be like, "Oh my god, I need the password to that other fucking room."
Yeah. Also remembering that Meg is not really with them in terms of the assassin brotherhood type stuff.
That's why I assumed no. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, hi VZ.
Can I ask something on that though?
Yeah, sure.
We actually had a big
Training
thing.
session.
Yeah.
Yep.
And one of the things we discussed
but
was making codes with each other. Or at least that's something Pietro did.
Would
I don't
we
know
have
if anybody
thought
else
to come
listened
up
to the code.
with I look different, Balsam, it's me? Like, would we have thought of that?
Yeah, because we said we
Is-
have one
I
for
guan,
your
I don't know.
Tanuki shift. We said we would make one for whenever you want to do your Tanuki shift.
Oh yeah. If I mean again, I
Okay.
do remember the training. I don't remember specifically what you
Yeah.
trained, but if that was one of them, sure, no problem with that.
A lot of it was like how to work together, how to fight together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I will let Balsam decide if we have a code
Um,
phrase.
I'm happy for a percentile to go high low if you like.
Yeah.
Sure.
So is high yes, low no?
Yeah, high yes, low no.
All right, here we go. Oh damn, we super have
yes.
one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a particular type of Morse code that when you tap on an object or like for example when you get given the drink with the straw, you clink the code into the straw as you're talking, which Balsam you do notice.
You know what? How about instead of describing this fantastic cabinet I found, why don't I go show you?
Well, you're very forward, and I like that in a man.
This way. Balsam offers her one of his arms.
And she will follow, hoping that he genuinely understood the code, and he is not
Trying to get
about
jiggy.
to embarrass himself further. Yeah.
Okay. Balsam, where do you take Meg?
Balsam will start taking Meg around to the auction house, and he's like, you could have waited, you could have sent me that message like straight away. You didn't have to go over and do the whole flirting thing.
I absolutely did.
We'll talk about that later. For now, business. All right.
Right, business, yep, all the time.
Okay. Meanwhile, while the two of you discuss business, we go back to the auction house. Nikesh, the auction is riling up. People are very excited and very keen for the current item on forbid. A pair of eyes belonging to the matron of the Red Mantis Temple. There's no one person who's betting for things. Everyone is like effectively wanting a piece of what they view to be not just history, but also like the power, I guess, the devotion. It's a symbol. The eyes of the matron.
Oh man, Nikesh would bid, but I don't think he has nearly enough money for that. So he is going to focus on who ends up winning. That's
Okay.
the plan.
All right. Could you roll me a percentage, please? Let's see if we can find out
Sure.
how much the this is going to go for.
All right, 74.
74. It's not bad. So the current bid is going to be. Ooh, okay, it's pretty high. So that is 630 gold. That is the present bid. 630 gold.
All right. I don't know where it came from, but in my inventory it says that I have 242 platinum.
That is 2,400 gold. So yeah, you got tons. You got tons of gold.
I
Okay,
also
then-
still have the majority of the money we got just from being high level, so I still have like 1,000 gold pieces on me too.
Nice.
I was gonna say with knowing that, Nikesh will absolutely bid on them.
Okay.
Can I, Lucas, can I ask something about Nikesh then?
Yes.
Because Nikesh's whole thing is, well, one of his things is that he's forgotten and he goes through different codes and identities. Would Pietro, because he wasn't there when y'all faced off against his teacher, the lady, would he actually know that was your teacher?
I'd imagine. I was gonna say, I imagine that a lot of people know about Mother Mary. It's a very she whether or not it's only for a small amount of time or a extended period, everyone trains at some point with her.
Mm-hmm.
I know we did have a conversation before we went there that was the plan to go talk to her because she was Nikesh's mentor and they had that connection.
Okay.
So we did have that. I'm pretty sure Pietro was there for that because that's before we actually went there.
Okay. Just want to make sure before. Yeah, not to worry. Knowing that, then Pietro would probably have offered to Like you would have seen him making bids as well because he does have the funds for it.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so from here, let's make these bids. So 630 gold was the current bid. As you cast your bid as well, Nikesh, let's see how high that pushes. Can I get you to roll me another percentage, please? As the bids begin to ramp up and get higher. At this point, the person bidding against you appears to be a person from Druma, a kind of a wealthy merchant area. Ooh, they don't actually do that great. Okay, so they go as high as... Okay, that's not that high at all. Okay, so the highest bid that before everything stops is 720 gold pieces. If you wish to, you can make the last bid, and after that, it is yours.
Yeah, Nikesh will absolutely make that last bid.
All right, what are you bidding?
Just enough to take it.
All right, so let's say, given the nature of it, it's 750 gold pieces. So,
sounds good.
750 gold pieces, going once, going twice. The gavel comes down, and the jar that contains the two floating eyes of the matron mother are brought to you as they ask you to, of course, present them with the money. You do so, and they happily give you your item receipt. What you need to do now is take that receipt to the warehouse, show them it, and they will give it to you directly.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Pietro, you obviously witnessed all this. Do you say anything to Nikesh about it?
Once we've safely gotten the receipt and we're walking back away from anybody within earshot, just kind of whispers to him, I suppose we will want to figure out who actually dissected the eyes then.
That was my plan.
We will stay here until we hear the call for Meg's ship, or part of it. And then we will go to the warehouse, if you are ready. Get everyone else in that way.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got the receipt, so we can stay here as long as we need to.
Okay. The other items begin to come out and begin to come out slowly but surely. Meanwhile, back on the docks, Kailu, the two thugs are disappointed that the cement is no longer there, and are ready to just tie you up and toss you in anyway. I presume you wish to fight?
Since no one's going to tell you, you're muted.
Well, thank
I
you.
was going to say, that was
what the shaking
I was quite invested in that plan.
Dag manipulated me so bad. I thought something had happened to my computer audio because y'all two were just nodding along like, oh, did my audio crash?
But I know these two are shit stirrers, which is why I said so.
Yeah.
Matt started
implicitly.
Matt started doing it too. I would do it all the time.
He could jump in the water, himself.
Yeah, that's true. Before he's tied up or anything.
That would be one option. But I mean, if he looks at them and makes a judgment, do these guys actually look like somebody that he should be worried about?
Interesting question. Give me some numbers here. What is your AC?
My AC is 37.
And what is your to hit? Your attack bonus.
On
your fists.
What? I don't even know. I don't have a fist bonus. I don't have an attack with hands.
One moment. Please hold.
do 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 do. Sorry.
All right, there you go. You now have fists equipped to you. Your fists are a plus 27. Okay. It won't be an easy fight. It'll be a long and drawn out fight because, again, it'll be a long, drawn out, and very bothersome fight to take on your own for these two.
Okay. Doesn't really want to get all wet. Could fly away.
Could try to fly away if you could fly.
Well, I could use my cape.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he is just...
Well, keep in mind, we haven't rolled initiative if you do intend to fight. I need to know what you intend to do.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like if, it depends,
It depends if I win initiative or not, Michael.
Well, no. Kailu is a professional. He should be able to actually, look at them and go, this is not a sensible thing for me by myself.
Yeah, which you've assessed. Now the question is what are you going to do?
Yeah, so at this point in time, I think he's actually going to go, gentlemen, I've decided that it's a lovely night for a swim. I bid you adieu.
All right. We're gonna go into initiative.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Kailu, you do manage by the skin of your teeth to go before them. Unless I use a hero point. No, I'm not going to use a hero point. Oh, wait, what's their thing? Dramatic entrance. When they roll an initiative, they can do a performance check. Oh, and then you're fascinated by them. But I'm not going to do that. It's fine. All right. Kailu, I presume you then just leap into the water.
Yep.
All right, let's make an athletics check as you dive into the water and begin to swim. And, you know what? Pietro, you haven't had a roll for a while. Roll me a percentage.
Okay.
Well, and then I need to roll 2d4 too.
Yeah, but you won't need to. You're swimming perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
All right. I was rolling to see if there was anything in the water, but there is not. So as you go into the water is murky and sort of filled with a lot of scum and stuff. A lot of the runoff from the bar and stuff is like thrown into here. Kylo, can I get you to make me a stealth check with a +2 bonus, as it is difficult to see presently where you are. And these guys will try and spot you.
Yeah, not a very good roll. But 42.
42 is pretty good. All right, let's see how these guys go. Perception. Yeah, they basically have to almost get a nat 20 on this one. Ooh. Oh, one of them does spot you. What does he do about it, though? All right, so you've jumped off, you've swum down and stealthed. This guy, he's just going to try and throw a dagger at you. He knows he can't, do anything really meaningful, but he'll just try and injure you. All right. As the dagger flies through the water, it misses. But it goes past you into the water, and you continue to swim. You manage to get away from it.
Can I manage to grab the dagger as it goes by?
Yeah, sure. It's a simple dagger, so there's nothing special or no runes or anything like that.
I've got to go back and get my weapons, so,
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so where are you heading as you are
Well, I don't know what's around me, but essentially swimming somewhere where they're not.
Sure. Not a problem. All right. Let's say that you're going over to the alfresco that's like just kind of over in this area here. This is where Balsam and Meg have kind of absconded to. And what are the two of you discussing now that you have come outside and away from people?
Who else made it in?
Kailu and Nakesh. Actually, everybody made it in.
Oh, that's really good. I'm glad. I kind of felt a little bit bad leaving you at the door, but I'm glad everyone's made it in. I found a bunch of information. There's apparently a meeting tonight, and one of the Wright brothers are going to attend that meeting, leaving the other in the auction house. So if we wanted to do an interrogation, that would be the place to do it.
I'm nodding, even though you can't see that. It's just dawning on me. There's something of interest to me also in that auction house, but I seem to have forgotten how to get in.
You've forgotten how to get into the auction house?
Yeah, there was a knock or a word, or I can't remember.
Kailu at this point pulls himself out of the water near Balsam, having seen him from below.
Jeez, Kyler.
Well, hey guys, anyone got a towel?
No. What are you doing in the brine?
Well, since we had to turn our weapons in to go before going into the auction house,
You decided to take a swim instead.
I decided that rather than the cement bucket that they were trying to tie to me, that swimming away from them might actually be a better idea.
All right. So does that mean Nakesh and Pietro are the only ones in the auction house at the moment?
Unless they're swimming too.
Probably, yes. They were still in there when I left. Well, I didn't. I was escorted out. I made a distraction, and they didn't like the distraction.
All right. Getting you back in is going to pose difficulty, Kyler. You have an Kyler. Can I get can you get an air view point of view of the auction house, please? Can you look over and see if there's any entrances on the roof or anything like that that could work that we can get into?
Who?
Nice.
Of the auction house?
Yeah.
Sure. As you kind of take to the air, your cloak kind of billowing out as it catches the wind and rises you. There is a window that seems to be up there.
So there's a window up top. I could get a view from up there.
What do you see down the window? Is it on the auction floor? Is it in a storage room? How high up is that window to the ground?
It's about 40 foot to the ground, and it lies above the stage in the auction area. It's not so much a window as it is ventilation.
Is it covered up with a material? Or is it something that people can slide on?
It's got a covering, so you would need to move it, but yeah, you can get through it.
I think we just found our way inside the auction house. Later in the evening, of course.
Later in the
Thank you
evening?
for that, Kyler.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
You need to get inside of the house to see whatever this thing you're looking for, right, Meg?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to sound really bad, Kyler, but if you've already been made by the guards, it's going to make it difficult for you to get in. I'd much rather if I have a eyes in the sky, if that makes sense.
True, but I have no weapons.
You have no weapons.
They're at the check-in. They're at the weapon check.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you guys have... Alright. Too many problems, guys. Let's triage at the moment, okay? This doesn't sound fun.
No.
You're making me think, guys. I hate thinking. This is more of a Pietro thing.
Metro's in there. Does anybody remember the password to get in?
You don't need password if you have gold. I can probably get Meg and I inside. You're gonna be propose the difficult one, Kyler. Do you have a way of... You don't have a way of, like, you know, making you look like something else or someone else, right?
Do not. I mean, I can change what I'm wearing. I can change what it appears that I'm wearing, but I can't change me.
We can always put some makeup on you. What do you think, Meg? Bit of blush, bit of lipstick, fill out those eyebrows a little bit.
I didn't bring my makeup kit, but absolutely.
How much time? How much time do you think it will be to give Kylo a makeover, Dag?
Given you don't have a kit of any variety, I'd say probably about 20 minutes. Go out, try to find some rudimentary disguise kit, get it all done. About 20 minutes or so.
Is that too long a time, Meg, to wait for your thing, or would you like to get in now?
Meg, you don't know when your thing is supposed to be coming out, but Nikesh and Pietro are still there, so that gives you some hope at least.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
Internet is dying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
no.
say I keep answering, and then it's just telling me you can't hear me, and apparently his internet is dying too. So, well, we have the same internet, so that makes sense.
No, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So she said she doesn't know exactly when it's coming on, so she would like to get in there sooner rather than later, but she doesn't know exactly.
Alright, if that's the case, Kylo, if you can still get up into that vent, you can always fly down if we're in trouble and keep an eye on us. I'll see what I can do about your bow, but I can't make any promises.
And my sword.
Belsom will go. Belsom will look at Meg.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to get us in. Just play the part. And try not to bite my head off, please. I'd appreciate not my head not being bitten off.
Oh, I've got this.
Okay.
I don't think I could fit it in my mouth.
You begin to make your way, Kailu, up to the roof where you saw the ventilation, and Balsam and Meg, you make your way to the entrance. Meanwhile, on the inside, Pietro and Nikesh, a wide variety of very expensive things, continue to have been cycled in and out. The next auction bid causes a bit of a stir. The auctioneer, as he's about to call something out, is immediately rushed by someone on the stage, and something is whispered into his ear. Are you sure? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that there is a brand new artifact on auction for today. One that is of such importance that I will not be the one presenting this auction. May I present our esteemed benefactor? Here we go. Master Jaiho. And at this point in time, taking the stage is one of the Riot brothers. The one who's not at the meeting, obviously. Let me get a picture. No picture.
That's the one you know, isn't it, Balsam?
Is this the
There we
one
go.
with the respirator?
Yeah.
The respirator guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This photo doesn't have him in the respirator, but he does have them. All right. As he steps out, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to see you all here. Your hunger and appetite for the things we have provided in our auction has been most illuminating. But as of recent, we have come upon something in our latest scavenging mission. Something gathered from the far north. You see, long ago humans were not birthed from the Avestanian plains, but came from another island. One I'm sure you have all read in the history books. A place known as Asland. We have here a rare and strange material gathered from the ruins of that once proud empire. What is wheeled out on like almost this velvet cushion is a shard of glass. Behold, while its properties seemingly appear to be that of common glass, it is highly resistant to all forms of magic. No spell or power is able to penetrate through this otherwise delicate sheet of material. I believe that with the right tools, one could fashion this into a nigh impregnable and hex-proof armor or plating, a coating for a vessel, or perhaps even a weapon to be used against those who would wield magic. A few people are sort of like taking account and sort of like, how? One person says, "Can you prove it?" After all, I wouldn't spend dime one on a shard of broken glass. But of course, why else would I be here? Zaiho then turns his attention back towards the glass shard. He takes off a jacket, and as he does so, he activates his sword. Electricity starts to channel through the blade as he raises it up and swings it down onto the glass. Now, were it glass, this thing would be powdered by the blow that it hits it. But instead, the blow is completely absorbed, and the electricity goes into the glass. You see it crackle between the see-through plane back and forth a few times before eventually fizzling and disappearing altogether. Then you watch as Zaiho takes off his glove and with a bare hand picks up the shard. It is not even hot to the touch. All of the electricity has dissipated, and he simply holds it. A few people stand up and they start clapping. Bravo! Wow! That is incredible! And you hear people saying, "I must have it! I must have it!" And you see this is now a new bidding war. Nakesh and Pietro, again, you are witnessing all of this.
What time is this auction taking place? Like during the day?
No, middle of the night.
Sorry, during it.
Presently, it's middle of the night. Yeah.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant to say. So, Pietro's basically wondering why they've decided now to present it, because he's not thinking if one brother's in a meeting that they just went on an expedition. So they've had this throughout the day, and is trying to figure out what suddenly inspired them to put it up for auction, essentially.
Oh, they run a whole company, so it's not just the two of them. So likely one of their other ships has brought this in.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Well, just look to Nikesh. It is a inspired option. However, I do not think we would have the funds for that, and Meg's part of this ship. I doubt anyone here has the funds for this piece of glass, in all honesty.
You hear some person go, $1 million! No, he doesn't. They do say 1,000 platinum pieces as a starting bid.
Yeah, that's too rich for our blood. If we decide later that we want it, we can always just steal it.
It doesn't even stop there. It continues to go back and forth. It rises 1,100, 1,200, 1,250, 1,400, 1,005. It continues to go and higher and higher and higher. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because I'm not as familiar with Galarian lore, as I'm out of character, what would Pietro know about Aslan?
So Aslant is pretty much the same as the equivalent of Atlantis, a seat of heightened human culture and art and magic and the like. They are the place where Aeon Stones were created. However, during Earthfall, when a meteorite struck the planet and shrouded the Earth in dust, the continent that Aslant was on was destroyed, rendered into tiny islands and scattered bits of broken pieces. The survivors, few though they were, actually were the ones who then made it to the mainland of Avestan and founded the nation of Thalassian.
I think just because Pietro's just basically kind of ruminating at the moment, waiting until we get to the next bid we're waiting on, is been forever trying to piece together why on earth we were sent on this mission, and is trying to just think, is there anything that would connect Aslan to us being sent on this mission? Very much just like conspiracy theories at this point, while he's just biding his time, thinking, what on, like, is this a possible connection? Because I need something to make sense at this point.
Sure. Eventually the bid finishes, and the individual that steps out is very, very excited to get his hands on this particular artifact. It is a rather rotund and large individual who wears these very noble and very baggy robes. As he takes his receipt, the shard is wheeled away as it was before. This guy seems very, very chuffed about his new purchase. At this point, the auctioneer says, "And now we have this, a figurehead cast from a sunken vessel." Meg, what was the name of the vessel you were looking for?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Then we are going to call it the Slice of Life.
All right, cool. Yeah, all I have is it's a privateer ship. So
yeah, okay, cool. It is called the Slice of Life, and on the front of it appears to be a tanuki, which is holding a lantern.
Oh.
They say that this vessel was carrying a vast amount of wealth and the like, and was a very, very seaworthy vessel. The figurehead, however, was kept in pristine condition despite the shipwreck, and is currently going for quite the sum of money. Bidding will begin at 150 gold pieces.
Pietro will join in on the biz, but we'll just lean our to Nikesh and just how long do you think Tanuki can stay in their statue form?
that's, and I have no idea.
All right. Kailu, you are sneaking at the top. Can I get you to... Well, actually, you don't really need to make a check. Maybe a stealth roll once you kind of, like, make your way into the auction house.
Sure.
And Balsam and Meg, you are making your way into the front entrance. You were asked for the password.
Absolutely. I was here earlier. Was it the same guard that took me in earlier? Or was it a different guard?
No, this is a different guy.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was I given the password by the owner, by Severick before?
Make a wisdom check.
Okay.
And I feel like play it up means that Meg is holding on to one of Balsam's arms.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That would be a 21?
Yes, you do recall the password. The password is Reef Claw.
Reef Claw, of course.
So, as you say that password, he opens the door. He then performs the weapons check.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll probably have, he had a spiked gauntlet on and a dagger, which we'll probably just hand over easily.
Yep. They'll put it into a little container with a number and will allow you and the missus to go in.
Balsam flicks them like a silver piece each.
Nice, they take it. As you enter, you are in the midst of the bidding war for the figurehead, which you now see in full view, Meg.
Meg will tighten her grip a little bit on Balsam, because as soon as she sees it, she's going to recognize it. And what are the bids at?
Actually, no, you're not.
I
Because
wouldn't know what the front is.
Because the figurehead didn't have a Tanuki statue on it.
Ah, I like it. Okay, so she just sees a front of a ship with a statue that doesn't look familiar, so, where are the bids, roughly?
Excellent question. Let's see, they were starting at 100. It has just crept up to 440 gold pieces.
Is there someone nearby that I would be able to, tap on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, what, this sounds like a relatively interesting, bid going on. What is this?"
A person nearby tells you that it is an item from a rich merchant vessel known as the Slice of Life. Many believe it to be the source of a great vast amount of treasure. You see, a long time ago, a ship laden with gold from the Tianzi Empire was sunk north of the Metagalti Isles. The treasure was never found, but with the arrival of the front of this ship, a person could use any number of spells or powers in order to trace it back to its origin, the rest of the ship, which will also potentially trace back to all of the treasure and all of the gold that was lost at sea that day.
She will say something like, well, when he first starts, something like, "Oh dear, that sounds dreadful." But as he continues, something like, "Oh, goodness, that sounds like quite the adventure." But she's looking at this thing like, "No, it's not."
Yeah, that's fair.
And then, yeah, she'll.
You might turn to this guy and be like, "But what do you do if it's a fake?" Well, it kind of it does look TNE's though. Oh, you actually asked that question?
I mean, I kind of want to now. Yeah.
All right, sure. If you ask, they say, "Huh, good question." Somebody will ask, how are we supposed to know if this is the real bow? The auctioneer says that the The catalog says that you are welcome to inspect it and test it yourself. But of course, with limited restriction, if you want to come up and have a look, you may do so. And you can kind of like tell the age of the wood, how much decay there's been, how much growth there's been for being sunk like, a fair while ago. You can do these checks and stuff like that if you'd like.
Okay. Would obviously being a Tanuki herself, would she either A, recognize who this is supposed to be of, or possibly is, or a way to test if it is a live Tanuki that is...
Not without a closer look.
Okay. And that would probably raise suspicion if she did it, so...
No, not really, because literally it just got said that anyone who wants to is welcome to inspect.
Yeah, but it would kind of be like a tug on Balsam that, he should suggest we go do that, because she's just here to be his arm candy, I think.
Is this the ship? Is this the one?
I don't know. It's the right name, but it doesn't look correct.
Balsam will saunter up as if he belongs there.
Oh, you
And
can
do the
tell by the
whole-
way I use
Yeah,
my
exactly.
rock and my worms, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he'll examine the wood and do the whole thing as well.
All right. Make a crafting check. We'll call this our appraisal.
A crafting check.
Yes,
Yep.
please.
If I can drop it. There we go.
I'm going to be relying on you, Meg.
Oh, well, I should have gotten your roll then.
All right.
Balsam got a 21.
And I had 28.
All right, a 21 and a 28. As you inspect the bow, it does indeed look legit. It looks old and as if it had been waterlogged. There's lots of life that's kind of grown in and around it. As you inspect the tanuki, it seems to have also gone through the same aging and the wear. And the statue does bear a striking resemblance, Meg, to your uncle Galot.
But this was not on it when I last saw it?
Correct.
Okay.
Balsam will raise his finger. 450.
450 gold pieces! People continue to bid. Let's see how they go. They go up to 470.
490.
490, 490, 490, 490. Do we have any higher than 490? 490, 490. No, we don't. Let's see. No, we do not. And sold for 490 platinum pieces. I'm joking. Gold pieces. Just the look on your face. What?
Dag, I will burn the game down.
All right, yes, 490 gold pieces, and it is yours. They sort of. Do you have the money?
Yeah.
Nope. They take it from you. They rip out your receipt and they give it to you. There you go. That's yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Is there any, because you said specifically that it's holding a lantern. Does that mean anything in, Tanuki lore?
No, not really.
Okay.
All right. You have your thing. At this point in time, the group reunites.
Huzzah!
Although Meg looks different, you are all together.
Can I discern that this is Meg?
You could try.
It would not put past you, Pietro, if Balsam just to bring some random woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine
But
that
they do
within.
have-
I was gonna say within a few moments, I imagine someone is going to, in one way, shape, or form, spill the beans about this being actually Meg.
Then you'll just lean over to Meg and just ask. That would not happen to be actual person, would he?
Is it possible? I know you said it's aged, but
It's very possible.
okay. I don't know. I would have to take a closer look without an audience.
But yes, we will have that opportunity shortly.
Yes, I hope so.
Where is Kylie?
Kylie was on the roof.
I was gonna say Meg is gonna kind of look up.
Asking Meg.
She's gonna kind of look up.
Yeah, you can see Kylie like hanging from the rafters, looking down.
So he did not get these cement shoes. I was really thinking it was going to happen. He would be fine, but thought it was going to happen.
Well, apparently the guards were very interested in giving him a new pair of concrete shoes.
Does not seem they were successful. Pietro also enlightened them on the shard of glass that was auctioned before they got here.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a small note of, there's a very high value object that was just brought in. It might be important for them to know eventually.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you want me to go make friends with the new owner?
Pietro will point him out. The guy who seemed pretty chuffed about getting it. The nobly dressed, portly man.
You see someone you recognize, Balsam.
Oh god.
No.
This is Gormagut. Gormagut is a bloat mage and one of the instructors of blood magic and hemophage of the arcane school here in the city. Forget knowing him. He's the one who taught you everything you know about blood magic, like and leeches and bloodlines and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to do such wonderful things with this.
Belson rubs his mask on the rubs like the chin on his mask.
Yeah. What is that?
Well,
Fake
I already
is
know that guy.
awesome.
I won't need to go make friends with him. I already know him.
Ah, Cookie! I got 10 minutes, and I've got my
I was gonna say,
freaking.
why would you do that right at the end?
And I've got my freaking.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's fine. I got it. Okay. Very well. Okay. With the receipts that you guys have, you have everything you need in your possession. Step 1. As we have 10 minutes, we will do this. Also, by the way, Cookie, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We are definitely going to be doing this. Let me actually, you know what? That is actually a good point. Because we are going to see Navander in the crossover for this one. Okay, cool. I got this. So, you head over to the auction house, warehouse. As you go there, you watch as people are coming through with their receipts and they're being given their items. They're all packed in the same small kind of little cardboard, not cardboard, but like wooden crate kind of thing, and then given to several servants or whatever and taken away. Nikesh, your number comes up first, and you are handed the crate. Upon prying it open, it is filled with straw, and in the center, a very ornate jar with 2 floating eyeballs in it.
Nikesh is going to cradle that to his chest like it's the most important thing in the world.
Okay.
Pietro will put a hand on your shoulder as he sees that. Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome. All right. Balsam, you can see the auction bid come out for your part of the ship. It is humongous, by the way, as it is wheeled out. It doesn't actually have its crate. It actually just is the whole piece. They bring it out for you as you hand it over. They kind of like secretly have this like little like kind of like, you know, it's like, yeah, look at this guy, like what's he gonna do with it? And sure enough, you see Gormagut come through later on with his his thing. As he grabs it, though, he doesn't waste any time. He sort of tears the box open and rips out the shard to have a good look at it. As he does so, he begins to get lost in its gaze. He looks around and begins to skulk away, making his way into the dark of the night. Yes, finally I have it. The final piece that I need is this. This could change everything.
Can Balsam follow?
Mm-hmm. Besides Balsam, is anyone else going to go with him?
Yeah, Meg will.
Meg
I mean,
will?
he's done her a solid. She's gonna help him.
Are you sure you're going to leave the mast and stuff?
Oh, God damn it. You want to make points that are valid to me, Dag?
Someone has to.
I can go
know.
with I can go with Balsam.
I would prefer if... Actually, I would prefer if Meg went with Balsam.
Aha! Yeah, she'll trust that the others are going to not let anything happen to this. But she does feel she owes Balsam for fucking buying it, so she'll go help him.
Sure.
Yeah.
As you make your way, following him, you watch as the bloat mage puts the shard down. He pulls out a magic wand. And finally, my time has come. He begins an incantation.
What you doing there, Gormagot?
Ah, son of a bitch! Oh, well, if it isn't Balsam, my most disappointing student.
We can stand here and throw names at each other all day, my friend.
I am no friend of yours, you skinny twig. You abandoned the teachings. You refused to eat enough to gain the weight you required in order to be a proper housing agent for the leeches and your spells. Your vanity betrayed you, and you turned your back.
How many times do we have to discuss the same thing?
You called me disgusting? Fuck you! And he blasts a box nearby as it just explodes.
Yeah.
I am not disgusting. What is disgusting is your lack of faith.
I said disgust. You know what?
By the way, he does this all the time. Like he always just hears what he wants to hear.
Yeah. Listen, I saw you got something really interesting, really cool, and I just want to know what you got, alright?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Is it possible to
Yes.
stealth?
Yes. No, he's looking straight at you guys.
Damn it, because I wanted to try to use the gloves.
It's not bad. Alright. He says, this is something beyond your comprehension. You see, after you left, the Mage's Tower blossomed and bloomed. We are now the Sanguine Court. The Tower of Crimson now forges an entire line, a new order of assassins that work for the Red Mantis. Those who aren't afraid to do what must be done. But there is something that could be done to expedite this endeavor. Behind me is the shard of the hourglass of fate, destroyed during the events of Earthfall. The Atlantes saw the future that was coming for them. The large stone from the heavens to destroy all they knew. In their desperation, the wisest and most powerful of their magi...
Meg is gonna lean in and be like, does he always talk this much?
Yeah, he was a great man.
And that's
Oh my god.
what power awaits. And with it, I will form a new order. A greater order. One without the likes of charity cases such as you, Balsam. Yeah, you realize that talking to Meg, you missed a good chunk of the monologue.
Yeah.
Which explained what he was doing.
Nice.
As always, Gormagut, you've done a great job at saying a lot of things, but nothing truly, not truly telling us what the thing is. You want to create a new assassin order? That's going against the Red Mantises. Is that a step you wish to take?
Let me... I do not wish to make a new order to replace the Red Mantis assassins. I wish to make a new order to replace the Red Mantis assassins.
Didn't he say the same thing twice?
As he does so, he grabs hold of the shard and he begins his incantation again. But this time, you watch as blood pours from his body and trickles like capillaries up the glass. But then something begins to happen. It begins to thrum, and you hear a the sound of like this giant colossal whale that echoes and resonates, almost as if it was coming from the sky. And as you look up to kind of meet where it would have come from, a crack appears in the air above you, splitting the space around you.
What did you do?
I have not done anything yet. The incantation is not complete. This should not be happening. He begins to continue his incantations. This time a little faster, as he's trying to frantically finish what is happening. All of a sudden, you watch as his body begins to shift and change. Yes. No, this is it. This is it. I did it. I did it even though I didn't finish the incantation. I have done it. Behold my glory. And you watch as he starts to get skinnier and skinnier. And the leeches that attach to him start to devour him more and more. He goes, wait, no, this is not right. This is not, no. And he watches the leeches start to consume his body. This is thanks to Kailu and the crossover event, which means that we are going to be going into Balsam's story and all of that sort of stuff as his mentor is being devoured by leeches, which we'll come to in a moment. However, these cracks and fissures that appear, Balsam and Meg, you feel a pull coming from them. And Meg, you are unfortunately small enough that you are lifted towards one of these openings.
Yeah, no, she's gonna try to... Is Balsam, on the ground with no issues here?
No, Balsam's also kind of being pulled away as well.
Okay, she's, let's see, I know normally she would, like, try to turn into something heavy, but at this point she's just, like, what the fuck, so...
Balsam's going to try to, use the momentum of the whatever's sucking him up to try to angle him towards Meg to try to grab her.
All right, make a reflex save as you reach out and try to grab them.
Reflex. 37.
You reach out and you grab hold of their hand. As you hold them as best as you can, you see the mage, the blood mage, kind of there. As his arm comes up, you watch as it's just bones surrounded by leeches. They kind of collapse under their own weight as he's trying to struggle to make himself get closer. As he does so, you watch his magic forms in his hand as he goes to blast you with this necrotic damage. But in that moment, you are blown off the ground. Your feet leave, and you disappear into these large cracks. The sky above Nikesh, Pietro, and Kailu also begins to create these large fissures and cracks as well. As they happen, you see people starting to disappear and vanish. One moment.
And Lucas had to leave for the reason I told you, but he said to pass on that he will be clutching the jar no matter what.
Yep, no worries. The jar is being clutched. Now, if I remember correctly, who was being grabbed? Someone was. I don't remember who's. Fine. Anyway. The portals that are gathered around you begin to drag you across the places, but Balsam and Meg, as you go through yours, you notice that the shard that the Sanguine Exorcist had flies into the portal with you, and for a brief moment, it strikes what looks to be a large, broken and shattered hourglass, and the shard kind of hits a piece of it, but then cracks and falls off it again. You are plunged through this portal, spinning and twirling, rotating and falling until eventually you land in the sand of a beach, the sound of seagulls above you as you look around at a small and quaint town. This town is Sandpoint. Yes. Let's see. Kailu's still here for that one. Nikesh gets sucked through a portal and finds himself in a world with a blood-red moon and in the middle of like what looks to be a Tianese forest. Kailu is able to keep himself here. And Pietro, you disappear through the portal and find yourself in Sargosa, in the land filled with demons. And this is the start of our crossover event. Wahoo! So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. When we get back next week, more of this stuff will obviously unveil itself. We now have our first piece of information for the crossover event, and that is, of course, the strange shard and the mysterious hourglass in the space between that Balsam and Meg saw. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to see more of that stuff unpack and unveil as we hit our stuff next week. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself and had a great time. Thank you to everyone who donated, all of the wonderful and amazing support that you guys have given. We are at 54% of the DAG survival check for the month, which is absolutely awesome. It is so incredible. Thank you once more for all of your kindness and all of your support. It means a hell of a lot. So thank you all. Be sure to tip your waitresses. Have a good rest of your weekend. And until we meet again, as always, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not, it's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying.